Mm-hmm. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you're watching this video. And this is a Ren video, so I am very, very excited. I hope that you are too. With that excitement, I'm ready to start. Love you all. Let's jump right in, shall we? Let's go.
Somebody, anyone help, I've been going through hell. Hell, I've been going through. Hell, I've been going through. I've been at odds with myself. I've been so lost in my health. I've been feeling like deleting myself.
So
man, I've been going through hell.
That's not.
Closing for the chosen, bodies ripped up, zipped and frozen. One by one we'll all fall down. Welcome to the slaughterhouse.
Oh, what?
Crawl over,
Bro, okay, holy, bro, what was that beat drop? Oh my god, I was not ready for that. That felt cinematic. I've been like watching Arcane, and that kind of felt like music you'd feel in one of those scenes. And I say feel because it's like the music is so, it just conveys so much. It's beyond music, right? God, okay, I love that we start off with this crack in the floor, which is almost like the cracks in the foundation, right? And it's like, this is what he's saying, is that he's starting to feel like he's about to crumble, and this is what we visually get presented to us too. And it literally leads us to, like, I think it was his own body bloodied, right? And what he's been saying is like, oh, which was really cool, he says like he's been going at himself, and you hear that da, 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 right? And like when you think about what shots mean to Ren's shots are lyrical. They're thoughts. They're not like he said in Murderer that they are, but they're real bullets. But really, his bullets are thoughts, and they're now firing at himself, and just life kind of firing at him. And so we get like, I don't even know what he's doing here. We get like, I think it was Elysium, and then Tartarus, and then Gaia, which, if you follow Greek mythology, that's like heaven, hell, and earth, right? And so he's kind of trapped in that limbo of the angel, the devil, and then where he is supposed to be grounded in all that. And yet there's cracks in that ground, and that's so damn cool. I love the way that it starts off, like almost like, just like there's a sadness to this beat, right? And then as we get into more shots of the actual foundation, look at it. There's so much shadow everywhere, right? It's almost like representing the darkness that's creeping in his mind, where there's only some few spots of light left, and that's where he's trying to find. That's what he's trying to hold on to. He literally goes into fetal position in one of those spots of light, hoping that this will be the time that it stays and that it maybe grows. And then even as we get to this shot here, where like this is where the shadows are paving his path, right? And it's then we see the light in the distance, and that's all on purpose, because it's like he's saying that he's been running to that light. He wants to find that light, but it's just so far away, and it feels so unreachable. And so he's running towards it as these people hunt him down. And don't get it twisted. It's like it's life hunting him down. It's his own thoughts that are hunting him down. And now those bullets are kind of killing parts of himself, the happiness in himself, the light in himself, which is like all these versions of him wearing white, right? To represent the side that's angelic, the side that hopes, that version of himself. And he's losing hope as we see that they're literally shooting on sight. There was like a mannequin that looked like Ren, and immediately they saw it, turned, bam, down. And it's like, it's almost like he can't even catch a break. He can't even breathe. It's happening so quickly, and it's without remorse. It's without mercy. Every part of his hope is dying. And then as a result, he's like, I want to delete myself, which is, I hope that nobody ever, like, I wish nobody ever did that, because honestly, one of the things about life is like, life is full of opportunity, and sometimes those opportunities are bad. But by removing yourself, you remove all the possibilities that are good and all those positive things that would have happened in your life. You remove them, and that's why none of us should ever do that. And I hope that Ren doesn't actually ever do that, because like, man, you just especially like with Ren, he's inspired so many people. It's so crazy, and it makes sense that the art is coming from his heart, and that pain is what we feel, and that pain is actually what is causing him to almost feel overwhelmed. And it's almost like by getting more connected to his art, in a way, it's even more overwhelming. And so that, in conjunction with just all the things that are happening to him in life, is so much. And I pray that he doesn't ever do anything like that. And I hope that anyone watching, if you ever feel that way, please don't do it, because it's just not worth it. You remove every possibility of happiness, and I promise you there's happiness. Just, we have to look for it. Oh man, this whole opening was crazy. And now he's like tied down to like a chair, like it looks like one of those ones that are about to lobotomize him, and we see those drills and stuff kind of come into the shot. I think it's around here, yeah. Like they're literally cutting him into pieces.
Crawl over shards of shattered glass, a masterclass of surviving inside a plaster cast. Martial artist, asylum, nice darkest, half-heartedly, haphazardly start this. Shallow tombs, open wounds that don't heal, cold steel incision, a mountain made a molehill. Through fields of the valley of doubt, I pass out, revive with the mouth to mouth. I stay locomotion, move with a chokehold, goalpost moving, grow up then grow old. Hocus pocus, voodoo and black holes. Tobacco, I light up with my hat low. The last of the prophets, heaven sent Nephilim, roaming the earth with a severed wing, while the sword of Damocles is beckoning, hackling thoughts that torture porcelain skin. Who's the kingdom come king that brings the contrast to conquer his sins? I bring whispers caught by the wind aboard the fetus, and here lies the body of Ren. And pain makes men out of boys that were lost. It's across to the homies. Some get body bags, it rag tagged, and it still hurts low key. These concrete streets breed wolves from sheep in the land of the holy. And the legend don't die, I love that guy, this one's for the broski. Pedal to metal, you know how we the devil and Jezebel coming for you. A jackal is hiding inside of my taking your rosy cheeks, painting them blue, turning your clique into skeleton crew, stripping the soul from the base of your shoes. So watch my tongue, my words are laced with I'm lying in truth, it's a fire in the booth. Switch up the star like bisects, impress your head.
Like, okay, I can't possibly go into everything he said here without this becoming a lyrical analysis, and I think I'm gonna end up doing a lyrical analysis of this, but I don't want this to be one of those videos that ends up being super long. So maybe I'll make two versions. This will be the first listen where we get kind of the reaction, and then we'll go into lyrical analysis. But there's some very golden nuggets in this entire thing. One is like he says. He mentions the asylum, Arkham Asylum, and then mentions being the Night of Darkness or something along those lines, and that's beautiful, because it's like he feels like Batman trying to change the world, a vigilante, in this craziness that is happening all around him, and he's trying to transform it into something good, but it's almost like to do that he has to turn dark himself, and that's what he's been trying to do. Oh my god, and the sword of Damocles, like that was such a cool visual for it too, like having it swing down at him. And then we get a lot of cool visuals actually throughout this whole thing. One is he's like basically almost like he's tied to a cross, but like he's being experimented on in like a cult sense. And it's almost like his brain is that cult. They're literally tearing him down every piece by piece. Almost also as though like the worship that he receives in a way is almost intimidating. And I really enjoy that visual. And then that sword of Damocles was so cool. And then we get this visual of him basically being suffocated. But he mentioned something. He's like, turn my rosy cheeks blue. And it's like, even when he's supposed to be feeling good, when he's supposed to feel happy, jubilant, he feels like he's now starting to almost like die, because when you go blue, you're either super cold or you're basically suffocating. Right. And it's like, that's what it feels like. And as we're getting the idea of him suffocating, we get this visual of him trapped inside this, like, it almost reminds me of Star Wars. You know, the things that they put people in, like, to freeze them. And maybe that's what he feels like. It's like he's being immortalized in his music. But in that way, it's like almost he's lost time for himself. And so this sacrifice that he's making is suffocating, but yet he gets to produce art that he loves for us as a result. Holy, there was so many bars, and I wish I could remember them all, but like, it's so much, guys. And I love that the people kind of cutting at him are like, they're all him, right? And that's a perfect metaphor for what's been happening. Part of the shots that he talked about at the start are literally him kind of creating these incisions in his mind and in his hope and in his heart that end up making him feel broken. And so he puts all of that into this song, and the Slaughterhouse is literally his brain, where like he's quite metaphorically slaughtering himself. And that's crazy, man. But God, I want to go back. I'm going to go back and kind of try to go line by line at some point. It's just, I'm so fascinated by the way the beat is coming in too. And it's like, it almost feels like an action movie, but it feels like you're losing the fight, right? Like this is what could play when you see all this battle going on all around you, and there's just people falling left, right, and center. Except here, the people falling are actually Ren and his hopes. And that's so crazy to kind of take that and transform it into this song. Oh my God. I don't even know where I stopped. Oh, this was cool too, where he's like surrounded by his darkness. He's surrounded by the dark thoughts, and it's almost like the light is the only thing keeping it at bay. Imagine if they make it in, then does he end up becoming part of that darkness because he's lost all hope? Bro, I don't even know where I stopped. I'm just gonna start here.
Face of your shoes, so watch my tongue, my words are laced with I'm lying in truth, it's a fire in the booth. Switch up the star like bisects and pressure.
Bro, it's a fire in the booth. I'm lying in truth. Holy smokes, he's literally lying in his own truths, and those truths are basically setting him on fire. It's almost like he's burning alive, but it's a result of his own thoughts that are doing that. Holy, and I didn't even realize he actually decapitated himself here. This is what is actually happening here. Bro, oh my God, man. Holy, oh my God.
Switch up the star like bisects and pressure. Heavy lift, tricep, bicep, I flex the thunder and lightning writing on Tesla. Connect, direct, pause, disconnect. Working in a lab, I'm mad, bad lad Dexter. Coming for your neck, the head, that collector. 1,000,000 degrees, graduate semester. A bullet in the knee till you kneel to the emperor. They say, he say,
Bro,
she say.
1,000,000 degrees are oh my God. And he even says that like he is literally fire in the booth. He's 1,000,000 degrees, but that heat that he's creating is essentially burning himself away. And I love that he's like talking to his own head here. It's almost, and I think that is the sword that we saw earlier too, right? The sword of where is it? Is it the same one? I'm so sorry for trying to find. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's literally like it's the result of that. That's what we're seeing here. Oh, I don't want to miss where I was. I think I missed where I was. That's what we're seeing here. Like, it's literally, that's the visual we got a second ago. And look at all the art in the background. It's like, yeah, for all the art that we've created as a result of that, we've also almost lost our own mind, because that art is so heavy and so dark, and it's even literally in the shadows. But that's coming from his heart. And as a result of kind of giving us that art, in the process, he's also being overwhelmed by the darkness at times. And this is his way of kind of dealing with it, is putting it into music. And so that's why this exists. Bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know where I stopped. Oh yeah. Working on a lab mad like Dexter, like Dexter's Lab. I love that little shout out, but think about how many times Dexter's Lab, it's a show. I don't know if everyone's seen it, but it's a show where the main character's name is Dexter. And as like in the show, every time he tries to do something really cool with the lab, it almost blows up in his face. But on top of that, think about Dexter, like the other show, like the one about like murder, right? He's saying he's like Dexter. So he's literally like killing parts of himself every time he does this, bro. And and the Dexter's a serial killer, so it's like this happens over and over and over. In a lab, I'm mad, bad lad Dexter. Coming for your neck, the head, that collector. 1,000,000 degrees, graduate semester. A bullet in the knee till you kneel to the emperor. They say, he say, she say. People like a bicker as humanity erodes. OKK with an AK pointed at the KKK. That's how you kill a ghost. Killer ghost, giddy sick of the most. QB quicker on the trigger, click. Empty chamber, fill it, reload. That cock it and hold. Bullet in the chamber, explode. And burrow through the pricks, go, let's go. Welcome to the slaughterhouse, sucker making crack. When I spread, that's the bread and the butter and I bled. For the love of music dead, undercover, tell the coroner I left. Resurrect, motherfucker, G. Sick, yeah I'm sick. I think I told you that I'm sick. Sucker click, and when I pull
up on the click, 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 click. Homicidal, traumatic. Welcome to the slaughterhouse, bitch.
And it's run. Yeah. Bro, and notice how like oh yeah. Oh yeah. The little album oh bro, and it's red and black still. Come on. Okay. I love that even at the end here, when he ends up like basically doing the deletion, everyone falls. It's not just the Ren that's hope that falls, it's everything falls. And then in part, that's kind of like what it's like the sweet release. But think about what happened is here, it's almost like also like he's become cutthroat, because he mentions the world is crazy too. And it's almost like we transition into the sick boy that we know. And it is that sick boy that in part is giving him that drive to continue to kind of keep pushing, because he's understood now that he has to keep pushing. That's the only option, because the other option is not a choice. You can't do that. And even though he plays with the idea in his mind, at the end, it's the killer instinct in him that will survive. It will thrive, and he will continue to move on. Almost like we're also seeing like, actually, this is kind of cool, because it's almost like we're seeing his transition into the new version of himself, because it's like this version, the one we've associated with Ren, the one of hope and like high Ren, that's the version now that is being almost eliminated, making space for this version of himself that's maybe more cutthroat. And maybe in a way that's him telling us like, listen, I'm done with all the BS. At this point, I am going to be like basically taking everything to town, because I'm tired of seeing things go in these ways that make no sense, in taking the world into this direction that doesn't seem to really produce goodness. And so as a result, if goodness isn't producing goodness, well then how about what if my dark side comes in, like the Dark Knight, and he's wearing all black, and if I now let that side of myself out, let's see what that can do. And that's kind of how we finish it. And then the next album shot comes in. I'm assuming it's the next album shot, I don't actually know, but it's like it's so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Obviously I didn't dive into the lyrics as much, and even something I forgot to mention is we do get the Dexter shots, right? We get these shots that are basically like shots from the show, where it's like the plastic coverings, right? And so literally he is now going to take what he's been doing to himself and maybe put it out there in the world to shut down all the things that are wrong with it. Bro, he's going cutthroat. And this whole song, the ending, I don't even honestly think I processed like 50% of that, because it was just like there's so much happening, the visuals, the lyricism, and it's so quick pace. Like I definitely want to go back and do a full lyrical analysis, but damn, this was so good. So good. Welcome to the Slaughterhouse, man. Wow. I do want to reiterate before we stop, please, if you're ever feeling like you don't know where to turn, you always have someone in your life, if that's here, if in the community, if that's someone in your life that you maybe haven't even spoken to in a while, but that you feel that connection with, talk to somebody, because you are important, and never let yourself think anything different. Ooh, oh my god. That was so cool. I hope that you enjoyed too. I hope that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. Oh, I'm going to go listen to that again, and we'll have a lyrical analysis at some point, but wow, that was awesome. Love you all. I'll see you in the next one.